How's it going, everyone? Hope you are having a great day.
We're all gathered here. We're going to sit down and introduce ourselves to you and get to know you a little bit better.
I'm just here.
Todd's just here, but we're glad he's here because there's been several times we sat at the table and he wasn't here. But,
We're happy to have him today.
yep.
Obviously, Todd's on the end, the good-looking young guy. Mike's in the middle, and the old guy's on the far end here.
Yep.
We didn't stage it by age on purpose, but here we are.
Yep, here we are.
I was the slowest to the table. Arthritis is real.
Imagine that.
Do some background, I guess. We're three friends, get together. We like to shoot, hunt. We like to compete at anything. We will compete with throwing rocks across the lake. We will compete at golf. We'll compete at shooting. If there's a competition, we'll be involved with it with each other. But we do love the outdoors. That's the purpose of the channel. We thought we would get together and try to bring our experiences and our likes and our wants, and even learn from you all what you all like to do. We just like a new adventure, and we love the outdoors. So we've started this channel to try to grow that and mature it.
Yep. And we call Dan Mr. Technical Dan, so that's probably the only time you'll ever hear him say something that's not technical. Me and Todd hadn't understood most of it, but we're kind of in our own little world. But we do like to hunt. I myself didn't start hunting until I was in my 30s, which actually was a long time ago now. But I didn't grow up hunting. I actually grew up fishing for the most part and playing sports. But picked up hunting in my 30s and hunted a local club. We leased some land, got about 20 members on 20-something hundred acres. It's kind of wrapped into management, which is pretty cool. So we're kind of in and out of our property, and so we can take advantage of management days. And I've learned a lot in the last 20-something years, and still got a lot more to learn. Todd's taught me a pretty good bit, that's for sure. Todd's been hunting since he was 2. He just don't remember that.
I've been hunting pretty much my whole life. Mostly deer, squirrel. I've recently, probably about 5 years ago, got into turkey hunting. Got Mike into it.
Yep.
It's my new love. I do love deer hunting, but turkey is a whole nother ball game. I do fish. I have 2 young boys that are all into sports and baseball, and so that takes up a lot of my time, and you'll get to meet them too. We're going to do some videos with the boys out hunting, and Mike's got some grandkids that are around the same age, and we're going to get them out there and start teaching them the ropes of the woods and hunting and safety stuff and how to be a successful hunter, hopefully more than me.
Yeah, well,
Definitely more than Mike and Dan.
So Todd's living my days from a long time ago. My kids are actually all grown up and married and moved on. So we're empty nesters and got some time on our hand and gonna have a little bit of fun, hopefully a lot of fun, and go on some adventures later this year. We'll film them and hopefully they'll work out really well. Maybe better than some of my hunts in the past for sure, but we'll sure try.
I'm the oldest in the group, obviously. I grew up on a farm. Hunting was not a pastime, but more of a necessity. I put a lot of deer in the freezer growing up just for food. I did a little turkey hunting. I was blessed with a father that loved to hunt dove and quail. So I did a lot of that as a young man. I got to do a lot of practice skeet shooting with him, and we did a lot of quail hunting growing up. As an adult, I raised half a dozen kids. They were all hunters and fishermen, and they like to shoot. All my kids like to shoot. I've been blessed with that. They still do. My oldest grandchild is an adult now and has a child, so I am the oldest one for sure, but all my grandkids are into sports. They like to shoot. We just love outdoors. So I've been blessed with being able to do some hunting and fishing in my life. My wife and I fished tournament trail for bass for about 20 years. So I've done a lot of that. I wish I still had a boat, but she says no. And but I still get to shoot. She loves to shoot. So here I am. Here we are.
He didn't tell you he had a sporting goods store years ago.
I did. My wife and I owned a sporting goods store for many years. We sold a lot of fishing gear and some hunting. That was a great time of our life. We were fortunate to be successful at it, but we were made an offer at one point. We couldn't pass it up, so we retired from it.
Mike, we voted him to get the boat for us. We all like to fish, and we have voted Mike to get a boat, another one.
Yep, I've had two.
And we do take donations if you want to give us a boat. We would love to take videos of it.
Yeah. I had a Stratus in the past, and then I went to a ProCraft, really, really nice boat. But at that time was really big. That was a time when I had my kids were into sports, and
So your
We just
youngest
never-
did some competition.
Yeah.
Y'all thought about doing some competition fishing. at
yeah,
one
we
point.
almost got into a bass club with the school, but my son decided he didn't want to get up that early and do all that. So that was kind of the end of it for us. Still fish. I just don't have a boat anymore. So we're looking for a donation. If you want to give us one, we'll put it to use, make some videos.
Or if you want to invite us out, take us on a guided tour.
There you go. We'll take it.
We will definitely show up.
I do love to fish. I grew up in Florida, and the neighborhood I lived in was just enormous. But what was really cool when I was a kid is we'd ride our bikes to about 6 or 7 different lakes, and they were just loaded with bass, lily pads, and we used to have an old station wagon, and we used to put a 10-foot aluminum boat and slide it up in there and get my mom to drive us down there if it was where we would have the boat if we couldn't fish off the bank. But I actually caught a 10-pound bass off the bank one time. Took it to the grocery store, to the produce department, and used their scales to weigh it. There was some pretty odd looks, but I definitely wanted to know how much he weighed. He was like 9 3/4 actually, but that was pretty cool. Growing up, that was just something we did. A tackle box and a couple fishing poles and on a bicycle, and you could pick different lakes. Some of them were 5 acres, and some of them were 100 acres. It was really, really cool. So. A lot of bank fishing, and when we could get that boat out and paddle around, it was pretty cool too.
I've actually had probably more success pond hopping than I have in these bigger lakes most of the time. I mean, I love going to ponds and people's cow pastures that have stocked and full of bass
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're fishing.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
open
man.
season.
Yeah, you can wear some fish out there.
No doubt.
My younger years, my younger adult years, I used to love to canoe on the rivers and fish.
That's
Catch a
something
lot
I
of
hadn't done.
catch a lot of smallmouth.
I've done a
brim.
little bit of that. That's pretty fun too. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
We've all gotten too old and
Oh, I said when I was
too
younger.
fat, yeah. We'd die out there.
Probably hear a lot of that out of me and Dan when we were younger.
When we were younger.
But we still do what we're here for. We still hunt, shoot guns, love to play golf. Matter of fact, I got my Maui hat on today. So hopefully at some point we'll give y'all some clips of that. But I'm going to play golf there soon and looking forward to it. And hopefully we can throw a little bit out there and share some of that adventure with you. I invited these guys, but I told them the tee time.
I told him to wait to tee off. We'd be there.
Yeah, I'll wait. But once it's time to tee off, I'm off without them.
So I met Dan probably about a year ago. But Mike, I met him, it's been, 17 years
About
ago?
17 years ago.
We joined the same hunt club. We didn't even know at the time. We had lived in the same neighborhood when we joined the hunt club together.
Which is an hour and a half away, and we lived in the same neighborhood, and we ended up in the same hunting club, but didn't know each other till then.
Yeah. And,
I met him by tracking deep into the woods to drag a deer out because he needed help.
yeah, he was the only person up there. I was like, I'm going to give
Yep.
this guy a call, and then we got to talking, and we've been pretty good friends ever since.
Yeah. That was a long drag right there and up a big old hill.
I decided that I've lived in Alabama my whole life, and I've hunted in the same area. Where that management area is, we have some family property on the other end of it, and I decided to join a hunting club. It was kind of getting crowded, and then they cut the timber off of it, and so I ended up joining the hunting club in my early 20s, and right when before me and my wife got married, actually. And then I've been hunting up there ever since. I've been pretty successful in the club. I know with the kids come along, I don't get to go as much as I used to, and get out there and really scout as much and know the deer patterns as much. But the club's changed over the last.
Yeah, but we've been in there long enough now that before those kids, he's got a really good idea. Don't let him come in there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not ashamed to say he's helped me out a lot for sure. I've learned a lot, and been in some areas where I've been put on some deer. So, and as a matter of fact, my son unfortunately missed the biggest buck he had ever seen on a spot Todd had put us on. So he was by himself at the time, and I went down, and he took the shot, and he was pretty devastated that he missed. But he would have never had that opportunity probably that day if it wasn't for Todd. That's for sure.
I love stalk hunting and walking. I've shot more deer on my feet than I have in a tree stand ever.
It's my favorite too.
And but I do like to sit, and I've had very good success too. But I do like to scout. I mean, I think that's where I've been more successful, is learning the patterns of the deer and finding where they're bedding and finding where their trails are and patterning their timing and stuff. And cameras have helped over the past few years. They've come a long way.
Yeah, they sure have. It's nice to come to your phone, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know that.
My kids love to see the pictures. Even if we don't do the show, they love to just see the deer pop up on the camera.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Some of my family has access to it where they can see them. And me and Dan's a little different. We've known each other for about 5 or 6 years.
Going on 7.
Going on 7, man. I am getting old.
We are.
But yeah, Dan and I probably play more golf than anything together. I thought he would get better.
It hasn't happened yet.
But it hasn't happened yet. He says and does some of the same things from like 5 or 7 years ago. But
I'm consistent.
He is definitely consistent, but that was not the plan. When we first started playing golf together, he goes, man, we're just going to have a good time. Let's just try to get better. And so I feel like I've gotten a little bit better, but he's kind of dragging me down now. So you tell you the truth.
Mike actually got me into golf about 3 years ago. He talked me into it. It took a lot of work. I was like, hey, I don't give up my time being outdoors and stuff.
See, Todd's got a baseball background, and I must say I was shell-shocked when he took a step to try to hit the ball the first time. I hadn't seen that. And,
Happy Gilmore.
So I thought to myself, I'm not a very good golfer, but I maybe can teach him just a little bit. No, but all kidding aside, Dan and I, we do play golf, and we cut up. To be honest, we don't even keep score. If we did, it's not so sure it would fit on the scorecard anyway. But it's really a lot of
We
fun.
get our money's worth, put it that way.
Yeah, we we're not going to go out there and only take like 70 shots. You can't get your money's worth on that. If you can take around 100, 120, then you really have got your money's worth. And then you spend time in the woods, and Dan's excellent at this, is you can walk out of there with the same amount of money which you spent to play golf, and golf balls found. So we
have a skill.
If you're in
does have
Alabama,
that skill he has perfected, and I appreciate it.
if you're in Alabama, you've lost a golf ball. One of us three have probably found it.
For sure.
I appreciate the Titleist. The only way I can afford it.
Yep, that's exactly right. It's the cheapest Pro V ones you ever seen.
Like Mike says, we met about 7 years ago, and Todd and I met about a year ago. We've spent some time together. It's been a lot of fun, and it's what brought us to do this channel. We all three are different people. We have different interests on the sides, but we all have the same background as far as we love being outdoors. We love the shooting sports. We love the hunting. They talk about their game cameras. I have game cameras at my home. I am fortunate. I live very, very rural area out of town from where they do. I have hundreds of acres around me that are empty.
Sure is on his camera.
And I have some beautiful deer that I feed well.
He has shared the pictures.
I have shared the pictures, and
He won't share the rights to hunt them, but there are some studs on his camera.
they are some beautiful animals, and my wife has named them all.
I've named them Freezer, Dinner.
My wife likes to sit on the porch and watch them in the front yard.
The big 11 point he's got is called Backstrap.
His name is Steve. But like they say, they have the hunting club. I'm not a big hunter anymore. I used to be years ago. I love to turkey hunt. I love to squirrel hunt. That's probably one of my favorite things to hunt is squirrel. But I'm a shooter. I like to bench rest shoot. I like to prone position shoot. I like to be out in the woods. I like to shoot long range. 1,000 yards, 1,500, 1,800. These are all ranges I shoot pretty regular when I get the opportunity. So I'm more of a long range guy. I like center fire precision rifles. I have a few. These guys are more hunting rifle type people. We hunt together. We get out there and we shoot together. We have a lot of fun. We work on techniques on shooting together. It's one thing I can't offer them is a little bit more on being more accurate when they shoot. I think when you're shooting at a deer and you're willing to take a 200 or 300 yard shot with the appropriate rifle, I think it's very important to be able to have good shot placement. It's just more humane, and the animal needs to be shot well so we can harvest it. So I'm glad that I get the opportunity to offer some of that skill to them. And they teach me things. They teach me how to hunt. They're going to teach me how to do things outdoors that I don't know how to do. So
Like
we're
golf.
a team. We're a team,
You know,
golf.
we do that. We'll try, and you'll see some stuff on that. But I will go ahead and warn you. You'll see. It's going to be. And so if you want to send free lessons to Dan, he'll probably take them.
I will accept them.
Anything that you could do to help him, but
So
and having these guys hunt with me is awesome. I do need help dragging a lot.
yeah.
Well,
Like I said, that's how we met. And
I do know how to use a cell phone, so I can call for help.
Yep.
I think Mike's helped me drag one probably about that one we drug out of the Bay Bottom area.
Yeah.
That was probably about 600-700 yards to the
Yeah,
road.
everything's up
Up the hill,
like
all the
everything.
whole time.
Well, you
Yeah,
think a good hunter would have them killed on a good level area.
Yeah, he shoots them. And they run downhill to the lowest point, and then through the thickest stuff, which I'm sure everybody can probably.
That's why we have
relate
to work
that
on
a
his
little bit.
shooting skills. Just like,
They don't run far usually.
They don't run far, just far enough where it's a heck of a drag up there. That's for sure.
one thing I didn't cover is I'm not from Alabama. I grew up in Southeast Missouri. I moved down here about 17 years ago. So I've been fortunate to meet some great people. I cherish Mike and Todd's friendship. It's been an awesome part of my life to get to know these guys, and we're just hopefully going to grow old together. Well, Todd's going to grow up, but
We don't know about that.
but with that being said, I still have a lot of family and friends in Southeast Missouri. There's some great whitetail hunting up there, and I'm hoping that we can plan some trips up to make some videos in Southeast Missouri and harvest some of their beautiful deer.
That would be awesome. We're going to have to hold him to that for sure.
Well, guys, that's us. I'm glad y'all got to meet us, and stay tuned for our next video. Come hang out with us again.
Yep.
We got a lot of adventures ahead of us.
Hopefully get some laughs in. There'll be plenty to laugh at with us, but maybe learn a little bit. We hope you'll learn a little bit. Share back with us any of your positive thoughts, and we'll do this together. We appreciate it.
Yep, and this is educational for us and you, I hope both. Again, thanks for being here with us.
Peace out.
Rolled out of the rack, feet in the floor, no time for coffee, hitting that door, jump in the truck, gears in the back, let's hit the road and find that buck. Hey, what's that sound? A break in the grass. Is it him?